Greetings, everybody. I want to welcome you here to the Prog Monster, a show that is dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show. So we're doing the show that we do Sunday nights called Commonalities Compared. This is a show in which my subscriber Ben, friend of mine, he picks two musical commonalities that he finds in his vast collection, and I listen to them and compare the two and talk about the two. Basically, it could be two guitarists or two bass players or two drummers or two bands or two albums, whatever, that have something in common with each other. So today he's chosen to do Lead Guitarist for Kiss, featuring original guitarist Ace Frehley and his replacement Vinnie Vincent here with the red top on. So basically, Ace Frehley was with the band from its inception in 1973 until he left the band in late 1982 and was replaced before he actually left the band by Vinnie Vincent. Although Vinnie Vincent never actually was officially a member of Kiss, even though he was the last one to have a face painting of his own and not something that they stole from somebody else. But anyways, he was the angst warrior, appearing, I believe he only appeared live with that. I don't recall him appearing, I don't think he was on any albums with that, because he came on to replace Ace on the Creatures of the Night album, where he played 6 of the tracks, and I think maybe Bruce Kulick may have played the other tracks. There's so many people on the album, I can't really remember at this point in time. And then their subsequent album, after they took their makeup off, Lick It Up, which is this album, nobody had any makeup here, so he appeared as himself, basically. But anyways, so what is in common with these guys? Obviously, the most thing they have most in common is they were both lead guitarists for Kiss. So even though Vinnie Vincent really wasn't a official member, he was offered official member status, but he had big ideas about what he should be getting for that, and they didn't agree with it, so he was let go. However, the guitar styles, I think, are not, I guess they have some similarity. I think if you were to compare the two, I would say that Vinnie Vincent is a much better lead guitar player as far as abilities go, but not as iconic as Ace Frehley. Ace Frehley was very good with these iconic riffs and solos, his music being called phonetic, atmospheric guitar playing. So they both had different but similar abilities playing guitar. They both, of course, were lead guitarists. And then they both went on to do their own things with separate bands. Vinnie Vincent's had his own band, the Vinnie Vincent Invasion, I believe it was called. And then, of course, Ace went on to do Ace Frehley's Comets. And then, of course, they both did solo stuff as well. Vincent doing quite a bit more, I believe, session stuff than Ace did. But and they both appeared together, along with I believe it was Bruce Kulick, at one of the Kiss conventions, I believe, or one of the a rock convention of some sort, in which they all were on stage playing guitar together. And they're in a kind of a weird situation where a girlfriend of Ace's ended up being Vincent's girlfriend. So yeah, a little bit of that sharing the love thing going on. Yeah, so I had I had a little animosity towards Vinnie Vincent, and then later some of the other guitarists, Tommy Thayer being the main one, because I was an Ace Frehley fan first. He was my favorite member of Kiss, and anything that got in that way was going to take a bit of a hit from me anyways. But I've since gotten out of that. That's more of a stuff that happened as a teenager and a young adult. Not so much now. I realized that my envisions of Ace Frehley were greatly expanded in my mind, and in reality he wasn't as good as I originally thought he was. Although, to his credit, he's released some of the most iconic guitar riffs in history, I think, and some of the most iconic solos too. And his costume for Kiss was my favorite of the costumes. Not initially, though. That was Gene Simmons, and then eventually he was replaced by Ace Frehley as my favorite. Vinnie Vincent I never really had any kind of that with. I didn't like him. I thought he was arrogant, like Ace wasn't, right? Yeah. And I didn't really care for his angst warrior either in persona. But I've grown to appreciate his ability. He is quite a good guitar player, at least in the genre that he was in, which was hard rock, heavy metal, which they also list Ace Frehley as hard rock, heavy metal, although I don't hear the heavy metal part, but to each his own. So for me, that's what the commonality between these two guitarists is their connection to Kiss and their overlapping history with each other at different points in time. Both are still alive, and as far as I know, both are still playing music. I think they both have some serious attitude issues as well as, almost being crazy at points in time as well. And they both have animosity towards the Gene and Paul regiment of Kiss. So there's quite a bit in common with them, but there's also some obvious differences as well. So anyways, that's my commonalities compared for these two rock guitarist legends from Kiss. If you've liked this, please hit your like and subscribe. That's much appreciated. Don't forget to hit the notification bell above you. And any comments about either Ace Frehley or Vinnie Vincent, you can leave those in the comment section below. And we will be back next Sunday with another Commonalities Compared. So have yourself a good evening, take care, and goodbye.